Heads of government of the Caribbean community, Caricom, convened an emergency meeting via video conference on Thursday evening, at which time they called for a peaceful resolution to the evolving volatile political situation in the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. In a press release issued from the Office of the Prime Minister, Dr. Timothy Harris, who is the chairman of Caricom, the meeting was held under his chairmanship and saw participation from 12 Caricom member states. The release stated that while the heads of government reaffirmed their guiding principles of non-interference and non-intervention in the affairs of states, respect for sovereignty, adherence to the rule of law, and respect for human rights and democracy, the leaders reiterated the long-standing political crisis, which has been exacerbated by recent events and can only be resolved peacefully through meaningful dialogue and diplomacy. As such, Prime Minister Harris, in his capacity as chairman of Caricom, will seek an urgent meeting with the United Nations Secretary General to request the UN's assistance in resolving the issue. In an official statement issued immediately after Thursday's meeting, heads of government emphasized the importance of maintaining the Caribbean as a zone of peace, citing Article 2, Section 4 of the United Nations Charter, which calls for member states to refrain from the threat of use of force, and Article 21 of the Charter of Organization of American States, which refers to territorial inviolability. Speaking after the meeting, Dr. Harris stated that Venezuela is part of the Caribbean region, and any adverse development there would have serious ramifications for the peace and orderly development of member states within the region. He said, quote, "We will continue to hold a watching brief and constructively engage with the principal actors in Venezuela and the actors everywhere to ensure that we preserve the region as a zone of peace." End quote. In this regard, Caribbean leaders are also calling on external forces to refrain from doing anything to destabilize the situation, and called on actors, internal and external, to avoid actions which would escalate an already explosive situation to the detriment of the people of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, and which could have far-reaching negative consequences for the wider region. On Wednesday, hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans in various towns across the country protested the legitimacy of President Nicolas Maduro, as opposition leader Juan Guaido, president of the National Assembly, swore himself in as interim president. Some Venezuelans living in St. Kitts also protested on Wednesday and claimed that President Maduro is illegitimate because the opposition did not contest the elections in May last year, which Maduro won uncontested. They claimed that the Constitution prohibits a president from taking office in an uncontested election, and in such instances, the president of the assembly should become interim president until fresh elections are called.
Constitutionally, Juan Guaido is the president now. He's in charge. Maduro is not the president anymore.
The Organization of American States held an emergency meeting on Thursday, passing a resolution recognizing Guaido as president. The U.S. government has also declared its support for Guaido, recognizing him as the interim president of Venezuela. However, President Maduro has hit out at the U.S. and countries that are calling for his removal, and has ordered diplomats of these countries to leave Venezuela. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.